Hello and welcome to Kingdom Cooking. I am your cooking host, Romel Dwayne Moore Sr. Don't forget, Jesus said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceed out of the mouth of God." Purpose of this program is to give you a wonderful recipe for your home, and along with a encouraging word from the Lord. So today we're going to be making a dish called dim sum. All right, and we will be coming out of my book, Fight Back. We know we're living in days where the world has changed, our rights and freedoms are under attack, and so we need to fight back. All right, so let's get started. What I have here is some ground pork, I have some shrimp, and I have already let my shiitake mushrooms soak in some hot water. So these are ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is just give a nice chop to the shrimp here. Okay. Yes. So with everything that's going on, and it seemed like every day something new is on the horizon as far as something crazy the government is doing, have lost its mind, our schools, our children, uh, they have no concern for the uh, family structure that God have designed anymore. They're trying to shove all type of perversion and pornography for our children down their throats. And it's just time for us to stand up. This is not the season where you can just sit back and say, hey, it'll get better. That's someone else's job to fight. No, it's your job to fight. If you want to continue to enjoy the freedoms that we have in this great nation, you're going to have to get off your butt and fight back. Okay? Doing nothing is not an option anymore. Now I'm going to give this a little rougher chop here. Doing nothing is not an option. Okay. The world as we know it from 2.5 years ago has absolutely changed for the worse. Okay, hasn't changed for the better. It has changed for the worse. And we are allowing a few hundred people who have seized power when they should be serving us. They're serving themselves and a higher global agenda. We are allowing them to dictate to the masses things that we do not want. All right. So I'm going to, add the shrimp in here in our bowl. There we go. Excellent. Let's get this out the way. And now, ground up pork. Move this. Now, next we want to season our meat. Okay, so let's add our mushrooms. And let's season our meat. So we want 1 teaspoon of sugar. I'm gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. Some cornstarch here. 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Now we want to add a little bit of white pepper, about 1 teaspoon. Just a little bit of sesame oil, another teaspoon. And about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. There we go. Now, let's mix all that up. Bring this together. Yeah, we're making dim sum. Now, we're going to use our wonton skins for, and this is the filling for it. Now, you need the round wonton skins, and I actually have the square ones, unfortunately. Let's mix this up. Now, you don't, if you was to put this in a blender, you don't want it like finely minced. It's best just to get your pork already ground. You don't want it too thin. All right. So we're good to go here. Nice and rough chop. All right. Now what we have here is our bamboo steamer. We can get to this next as we get ready to fill. And forgot to add, you want like 1 tablespoon of oil in here. All right. Now, the oil will depend on how lean or fatty your minced pork is. All right. So mix that good. Now we're good to go. Okay, now we're good to go. Now I have my bamboo steamer here. Now you can get, I believe it's like a rice liner that you can put here to cover it, but we're just going to use a piece of cabbage here. All right. Now I have a little thing of water here. Again, I was supposed to have some round wonton skins, but I'm using the square. Serves just the same. All right, so I'm just going to take a spoonful of the filling, put it here. All right, and so we want to wrap it. Okay. Now, and as you stuffing it in, just circle it with your hand. There you go. See here? You can put a little bit more in there. Just lightly circle it with your hand as you stuff it down in there. Now, as you circle it, it's going to create creases here. See the creases? Now, that's why we have the water. You want to dip your finger in there and just wet those creases. That's going to allow the flour to make it adhere to it. Okay, that's basically it. And now you want to pat the bottom and make sure that it's flat. Okay, because you want to sit it down flat. So we're going to sit that there. Okay, let's try another one. Grab a spoonful. Get some of this. Okay, and we're going to wrap it. There we go. Add a little bit more. And just slowly circle it. Okay, now dip our fingers. Make sure we seal the creases. There we go. Voila. Set that here. Let's do one more. Excellent. Now I have a small pot of water, bringing it to a boil because we're going to steam cook it using our bamboo steamer. Okay, all good. Seal the creases. Good to go. Now, I'll finish these up and we'll get to the steamer. All right, we're all done. They look beautiful. Now, let's head to the steamer. All right, so we already have our water to a boil. I'm just going to put the lid on here. And we're going to sit this nice and snug to let it cook via the steam. So all it needs between 4 to 8 minutes. Let's take a look-see. Look at that right there. Put my gloves on. Grab this. Don't that look delicious? Yes, it does. Now, I'm going to drop another one in here. So I have a fresh one. Sit that right on top. Okay. So let's get to plating. So here we go. Our dim sum. Soy sauce for dipping. Don't forget, Jesus said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceed out of the mouth of God. And we're in a season where we have to fight back. If you love being free and you love being in a country with constitutional rights and religious freedoms that we have, it's time to stand up. It's time to pray. It's time to do something to fight back. God bless you.